Leyton, how are things going overall this season for you guys?
Things are going pretty good. You know, like Luke said, we're having a good year and we're having a lot of fun, and morale's high, and we're feeling great, and we're on a roll, and so we plan to keep playing well.
What are the biggest differences you see from last year's team to this year's to take a step forward?
I would say from last year to this year, some of the pitchers might not want to admit it, like Luke. However, as a hitter, I got no problem saying that our pitching this year has been fantastic, and that's, you know, probably the biggest reason why we are where we are. We've hit pretty well in years past, but this year the pitching has been fantastic, and so honestly, I would say that's a very large contributor to where we're at.
What's been your reaction to seeing some of the national rankings and some of the praise you guys have gotten as a result of that?
It's fantastic. You know, it always feels good to feel like people are recognizing your hard work. And, you know, we do a lot of work in practice. We see the results in the game. And so it feels good to get some recognition for it, yeah. But we try not to look into it too much and stay focused and control what we can control.
How are you feeling about all those kind of resume measuring sticks, like the strength of schedule and RPI and your ranking and the overall record and kind of the final push in this last month of the regular season? Do you feel like you're accomplishing everything that committee's going to look at and say these guys are going to be worthy for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, those things are certainly important, but of course, you know, we're not the committee, and as players, all we can do is focus on the way that we play, you know, and so the schedule is what it is, and all we can do is win every game that's on it, and so that's what we're trying to do. And obviously the committee, you know, they make their decisions, and we agree with them or we don't, you know, but all we can do is play the games that are in front of us, and so that's what we try and focus on more than reading too far into the numbers or anything like that. You know, there's plenty of other people that do that all day long, and so we as players just focus on the game in front of us and doing the best we can in any given night.
How good did that feel last Tuesday, being the first Roadrunner team to win at A&M?
That felt really good. You know, we played a great game. And, you know, we believe going in that we can win every game, and other people might not, and it feels good to win games that other people might not expect you to win, and sort of see that opinion change in real time. So that feels great.
You have a lot of experienced hitters in the lineup. What sort of impact does it have to have that level of experience on your belt?
It's fantastic. You know, in close games, like last night, for example, even though we lost, it's having experienced hitters up at the plate in big moments is great, because, you know, just that experience to stay calm in pressure-filled moments, and you know, in moments where a younger pitcher perhaps is on the mound and an experienced hitter's at the plate, that's generally advantage hitter, and so it's definitely an advantage to have so much experience in the lineup.
You've added a couple impact transfers this year with Antonio Valdez and Taylor Smith. What kind of a lift have they given to your lineup?
They give a huge lift to the lineup. You know, they both hit at the top of it, and they both have some power, and it feels good. Antonio's a challenge for pitchers, being a switch hitter. You know, you can't pitch to him, you can't get a matchup against him, and so it's a huge advantage having those guys come in and in just 1 year be such impact players and help us be where we are now.
And you guys talked about finishing the job and removing any kind of shredded doubt and stuff down the stretch here. Does that, I know y'all play with a chip on your shoulder, but does that add maybe just a little bit of extra pressure with these last 18, 19 games?
Yeah, it certainly does, you know, especially for the guys that were around last year and remember that feeling of thinking that we were probably gonna make the tournament and didn't. And so we have a good stretch in front of us to do what we can to try and leave no doubt. And like I said, we as players just focus on the games in front of us, and we know we got a good stretch right here that we can go and show what we're about and prove that we belong, and that's exactly what we're gonna do.
How much of these games, like the game against A&M and last night with a great environment, how does that prepare you toward the tail end of the season for some of these bigger games as they get bigger toward the tail end?
Yeah, any high intensity, high pressure game definitely is training for future situations just like that. And so games like A&M last weekend, or even last night here where there was a big crowd, big intense energy, they certainly prepare for what's to come in the future, especially in the tournament at a regional or super regional, where it's even more intense and even more, you know, high energy. It all prepares for what's to come, and we just continue to improve.
What about the intensity of your coach last night?
Yeah, certainly very intense. You know, we were all sort of feeling that way, and you know, he showed it a little bit, and you know, moments like that really fire us up. And sort of like Luke said before, we thought we were going to come out with the win last night, but we kept fighting all the way to the end. And that's really all you can do. You know, you're not going to win every game, but you can fight every inning of every game. And so that's what we do around here.
Y'all get some good swings in the 8th and 9th inning. You hit a lot of balls hard.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Yeah, you know,
right
sort of the nature of the game, huh? As a hitter, you can't get too caught up in and where the ball goes after you hit it, you know, all we can do is try and hit the ball as hard as we can. And if it goes right at them, that's tough, you know. If you play well but lose the game, that's tough as well. But there's 18, 19 more to come, and we're going to keep trying to do more of the same.
What about the home run that wasn't there? I mean, there's a lot of discussion on Twitter last night about,
Yeah.
you know, was that ball out or was it foul?
Yeah, you know, I actually haven't seen, I haven't gone back and looked at the video of it. You know, it looked fair to me in real time, but, you know, it was called foul. And you carry on, you know, that's the nature of the game. There was still a lot of game left after that moment. There were chances to score runs that we failed to capitalize fully on. And so we've got no one to blame but ourselves.
What do you think about the support of the program? It seems like you guys are building a pretty good fan base.
Yeah, the fan base is definitely growing, and it seems rightfully so as we continue to play better and better. You know, it's sort of like the national rankings and recognitions and whatnot. It feels good to perform well on the field and get a little recognition from it. And the local fans here certainly are increasing their support as we continue to do better and better. And so we love playing for them. We love showing them what we can do. We love representing UTSA in San Antonio, and it's fantastic.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leighton.